My name's Steve Peat. I'm a professional mountain biker. Been pro for 11 years now. Basically, since I was about 18 years old, I've been racing mountain bikes. 2006, I definitely had a new motivation in my training because I signed for a new team. I was riding for the Santa Cruz Syndicate. Joining the Syndicate gave me a new drive. I had a new bike, which took a while getting used to, but I wanted to prove myself to Santa Cruz that I was going to be good, and they were putting the money in the right place, really. Yeah, a lot of people sort of say I'm the old guy of the sport now and knocking on a bit, but I don't feel old. I still feel fast. I still want to go and beat the young punks that are coming through.
It takes a long time to be good at downhilling, and really, I mean, you don't really start to get really good until you get into your 20s. So, and he's just kind of kept up his fitness, and there's no reason why he should be going any slower. I mean, he's only 32, you know, so that's good enough. Vigo was the first race of the year, and first European race that we did together as the Syndicate.
I mean, one of my goals is to do good overall. I've always liked doing good overall in World Cup, be consistent.
It's good to be riding, good to see everyone again, and good to get some runs down, you know, just gauge everyone else.
I always have a good feeling about a place. When I've won there before, I know I can go fast here, so it took a couple of runs to get my bike set up, but I'm starting to feel the track a little bit now, and the bike feels nice, so we're getting faster. It's so tough because it's so steep, and to judge your speed to come out of it good is hard. You got to get on the brakes just right on the rock and then carry your speed out of it. I think on a track like this, so like the really hard sections like this steep rocky section, you just get down it. You get down it as good as you can. You can pin it and get squirrely and scrub speed and lose sections, but if you just get down, get through those sections, there's a lot more to it, carrying speed on the open section and even carrying speed all the way down to the finish. It
was pretty cool, had a good mix and nice and short, so you can sprint the whole way. A couple of cool corners in there, a couple of nice little steep bits, it was pretty good.
My last practice run, the UCI officials at the top of the track decided to let a bunch of muppets on the track in front of me when I was supposed to be having a timed run. So I was shouting at him for ages to pull out of my way, and he never did, and I got really close to him, couldn't see where I was going, so I pinged off this rock, bounced around and ended up dislocating my finger. Dislocated the end of it. It was actually compound dislocation. It split all the skin across my finger. So like I looked down and the finger's all bent.
Yeah, it was really nerve-wracking because it burst the skin right here. So we had to take him and get him stitched up. But then I pinned it back here, ran a red light, did knock some guy, I didn't knock him over, but I hit him with my mirror coming up the trail. I did, for real. Like, I gotta get the king back to the track.
Pretty numb. I just got it stitched up about an hour and a half ago, so it's still numb. But like I thought about it, and then once I got into my run a little bit, I just forgot about it and carried on really. But I didn't have that good a run, so I'm pretty stoked to get a good result on my new bike and just get one for the team. Me and Rennie on the podium. First time we rode together on a team. I think it's pretty cool.
I felt pretty good coming into Vigo, and had a pretty good time, and I ended up getting second, and for a little while I thought I was going to win. Some bits were super good, but other bits were just depressing. Hey, like I made one really big mistake at the top and I'm just kicking myself, and then made another mistake on one of the fast turns towards the bottom where front wheel dug in, so, but that's racing, but other bits were pretty damn good, so.
Me and Rennie are going to have a fun year. On and off the bike. I'm pretty mellow on the old beer lately. Me and Rennie just have a little social drink at night and get to bed early, tuck ourselves in, stay fresh.
We got the 32-hour ferry over. Some scouse idiot decided to punch me in the head at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I punched him back and broke my knuckle. Wasn't an ideal thing for me to do when I was coming into Fort William, one of the roughest tracks of the year.
Usually when you come to a race like this, you walk the track first, so when it comes to your first practice run, you know all your lines, and it's basically just cruising down the hill and just making sure the lines that you walked and you looked at work when you're riding your bike. And then from the first run onwards, you just start gradually picking up speed, try and get at least 10 or 12 practice runs in before you come to qualifying and then the finals. And we've got all day really to practice, and it's about 3 o'clock now and I've only done one run. I did one run just basically to see how it felt, and it doesn't feel that good. It's really sore and I'm pretty scared of actually falling and landing on it and getting hurt again. Just doing the first run, going to check out some lines, try and find a little bit smoother lines, get around some of the big bumps because I've got a sore hand. I won here last year and I want to win again, and it's going to be really tough for me not being able to do as much practice and get up to speed like I want to. But really it's just more of a recovery race for me. I've just got to try and walk away with as many points as possible and stay up there in the overall rankings.
You know, I felt pretty good after getting second in Vigo. I thought I was going to do all right in Scotland. I was looking forward to it. I've always done pretty good there. The track was kind of beat up and really rough, and weather really wasn't that nice either. It was super cold during practice, which I wasn't really used to. Ended up getting a pretty poor result. I think I was 7th or 8th or something like that. So.
You never really know how you're doing at the split. All you know is that the fans are cheering for you, but really for me at that race they're all home fans, and it's such a good atmosphere that you get excited for it anyway. I definitely lift my game because I know that I've got so many fans cheering for me there. Whenever I put a good run together, I know I'm capable of winning a World Cup. Because my hand was hurting so much and I was a little bit cautious coming into a lot of the really rough sections, thinking the hand might blow off the bars and I'd crash. I was just trying to get down without having a crash, which I did, and ended up with 4th place. I've not had the best start to the season, but I had pretty good results.
Well, last weekend was just completely beat up, and this week's kind of like a big BMX track by the looks of it.
Well, we went into Willing and I was still having a little bit of trouble with my hand. It still sort of felt weak, so a lot of big jumps up the top of that track. At the start of practice, I just decided to cruise down the track and get to know a lot of the wooded sections and stuff like that, and not really do all the big jumps straight away. It was one of those tracks that was pretty intimidating really. I had a lot of big sort of things that you had to do and link together to make you go fast. And I saw a lot of the top guys struggling really to link all those big things together, and it didn't really take me until sort of second day of practice to get them all sorted out and straight in the head.
Yeah, Willingdon was a little bit of a different track. It just like had a whole bunch of jumps here and there, and it was mostly like man-made kind of dirt stuff, which I think was pretty cool. Like one line was the crucial line to do, but it was still fairly difficult to do, and especially when you're tired.
The sketchy thing on the hip is the landing after it. Everyone's getting squirrely coming into the next rocks and not being able to scrub enough speed to get to them smooth and fast. So that's why I'm looking at that little line around. For me, it feels a little bit better. I can pump and get a pump out of the turn and be set on the ground ready and attack the next bit a little bit more. So horses for courses, I suppose.
Yeah, I qualified third. I had an okay run. I got some places where I can make up some time. Ready and waiting now. Just got 3 hours to go. So just chilling. I finished up fourth, but I was on the same second as probably 6 other guys. So
I felt really good on that track and knew that I could do well. So I was just concentrating on riding it fast. It was a short track, you had to hammer it from the start and get down there. As soon as I'd won qualifying, I was really confident that I could win the final and put a good run together and got it. I was stoked to win a World Cup. I've won World Cups for a lot of years in a row now, and it was good to get a win, especially for Santa Cruz. It was their first World Cup win, and me being with them for my first season, I was stoked to be able to do that for them.
In racing for the Santa Cruz Syndicate, Peat, the new World Cup leader 2006.
I'm looking forward to starting a race without having any sort of injuries.